Okay, so if you're anything like me, you've played a couple of the Telltale games before. Me personally, aside from the Michelle spin-off game and the DLC for Season 1, I've played all of the Walking Dead games. I've also played Tales from the Borderlands, Minecraft Story Mode, and both the Batman games, and Wolf Among Us as well. And yeah, I've just really enjoyed them. They absolutely have their shortcomings, some more than others, but overall they're just really good games, and I think most of them have stood the test of time, even if, you know, the gameplay is a bit middling and some choices don't actually matter, but like, still, they're pretty good. And so with that being said, when the Game Awards, you know, announced Dispatch, I was slightly weary, just because once I started playing more and more of the Telltale games, although I definitely still enjoyed them, it slightly died off in terms of it all kind of feels a little bit the same, and there's just not much innovation in terms of the variety of storytelling and also gameplay. So I was slightly weary, but at the end of the day, the concept of, you know, dispatching a bunch of superheroes to go and do, you know, superhero stuff, if that's what you can call them, sounded really fun and intriguing. And obviously with some pretty good and established voice actors like Aaron Paul. I mean, kind of an established voice actor, but you know what I mean. Aaron Paul, Matthew Mercer, Laura Bailey, etc., etc. Aaron Yvette, Jeffrey Wright, loads of people. And so yeah, I was looking forward to it. I didn't buy it at first though. I only played it for the first time a few days ago. I wanted it to fully release and see more people's thoughts. And yeah, just see what the general consensus is about the game. Now, again, I was slightly wary about the £25 price tag. I don't know how many people viewing this are going to be from England, but if you have a look at that price tag compared to essentially any other country that you can buy Dispatch in, £25 is actually quite a lot. It's cheaper in America and Australia, Scandinavian countries, etc. It's just cheaper. So, especially because I knew that it was going to be about 8 hours long, and I had heard some criticisms about it, I was a bit mixed, but I just thought, why not? I have still enjoyed all of the Telltale games, at least somewhat, so might as well just buy it. And it was really, really good. I have only played it once. I am planning on, you know, playing it more once I get the time and doing another playthrough. And generally speaking, with all these story games, I just do like a good, nice character. I feel bad hurting people's feelings, but my next playthrough I might kind of switch it up and see how that goes. But it was really, really good. And I absolutely think if you've played even just one of the Telltale games before, or you're just curious about the genre or the kind of style of game it is, you absolutely should play it. Now, with that being said, is it kind of pretty similar to a Telltale game? Yeah. There is, as some of you may know, some of the talent behind Telltale joined ad hoc to kind of make this game. And you can see it. Now, the gameplay is different because in the Telltale games, you know, to kind of switch up the pace a bit and slow things down, you walk around and kind of interact with the environment, whereas in this, it's kind of just either hacking or dispatching heroes. That's the gameplay. You don't ever control Robert, the main character, in terms of moving him around. There's none of that. It's kind of just cutscenes and then dispatching with a bit of hacking minigames throughout. Now, I will just say, one of the slight critiques I have, and as with most people who have played this game, is that because it's similar to a Telltale style game, it has the same kind of flaw in that a lot of the choices don't particularly matter. Obviously, with most of them, it changes up dialogue and it can change up a scene a little bit. But some of your choices, especially if the ones that very few people make, they don't actually have any impact, or because there are main plot points that absolutely everyone has to play through, there's only so many possibilities that kind of fit well into that. Meanwhile, others don't particularly, and it can feel a bit frustrating. I haven't fully experienced this, but there was 1 or 2 times where it was like, okay, I don't know how that works. And I imagine if I play this game another 1 or 2 times, I will feel that only more, so there is that. Still, the game looks amazing. As far as I've known, it's a pre-rendered game, and it's kind of almost playing it as though it's like a video rather than actually rendering it in real time. But regardless, it looks really, really good. The animation is stunning, and I would love to see, I don't know where particularly they'll go with it, unless it's kind of new characters, but I would like to see a season 2, if for no other reason than to kind of keep up with at least some of the characters again, and also just to see more of how the game looks, because again, it looks amazing. You can tell that a lot of the team really put in effort. I do think overall, again, although it isn't absolutely perfect, the script was pretty good and the story is compelling, and although some of it can be somewhat predictable, it was just really good. And as I said before, the voice acting overall was actually really good. Although one slight criticism I have specifically is that with Jacksepticeye's character, it felt like they kind of overdid I know he's Irish, but they overdid the Irish part. I feel, and I don't think that's his fault, I think it's more so the direction he was given. I kind of feel like if they just had him speak in his normal voice and slightly dialed down the kind of emphasis on his Irish accent, it would have felt a bit more natural, because it did kind of take me out at times. But then again, I actually haven't seen anyone else express this opinion, so it might be really, really unpopular. But aside from that, it was all really, really good. And yeah, it's just a good game. I honestly think if you've watched this far, you should buy it. Understandably, and again, especially if you're like me, you live in the United Kingdom, maybe if you're like not massively bothered about it, it's probably best to wait till it goes on sale, or if you can get it from CD Keys and get it a bit cheaper, because it is fairly expensive. It's almost £3 an hour, because again, you only get about 8 hours out of it, and again, it depends if you play games often or if it's kind of a one and done. So it's a bit kind of hard to tell in that aspect. It's kind of dependent on how you play games. But yeah, if you're seeing all about Dispatch, you might as well just play it. It's pretty good. And yeah, it's a lot like a Telltale game, and I don't think that's too bad. Yeah, that's about all my thoughts, to be honest.